And with that, the 2024 TikTok drama has come to an end.
Did it smell? Did it smell?
Now, I will put a disclaimer. I may or may not have to switch to my phone during the middle of this. My battery did not charge fully. Just letting you know. If you see a change, that's what it is. 2024. Wow. What a year. I'll be honest, I can't really remember how it started, but I do know how it ended with therapy. No, but in all honesty, 2024 was really... Hold on, my cat wants to come sit on my lap. I'm waiting for her to come sit on my lap. She's hesitant about, like, you can sit on my lap. This has happened multiple times. You don't... There she goes. Okay, she's on. You may see a tail. Oh, my phone's gonna... It's gonna die. It's gonna die. Quickly, my cat, you know her, you love her. She's Willow. Oh, she's gone. Okay. No, but in all honesty, 2024 was really the year of delusion, motherhood, modesty, wicked for some reason. Oh, and also catfishing. What a wild card that one is, huh? There are so many highlights to pick from this year, it's really hard to start. Well, maybe with this. Hi, how are you? Are you new here? You look great. Come on over. Pop a squat, take some Tylenol. You'll need it for today. My name's Margo. Love to have you, love to see you. We're gonna be walking down memory lane, which would be some somewhat quality sweet time between us, but instead we're gonna be looking back at this nonsense. Now, please note, this is not in chronological order. I am employed. I am a single mother, and I am not above doing that deep of a dive into this, but for my sanity, I need to draw the line somewhere. All right, let's start with something a little subtle, a little sweet, a little bridal, dare I? All right, so there's this bride, and this bride has now embraced her new devotion to Jesus. Amen. Now, she goes on to prove to everybody why I don't love telling people that I'm a Christian. Now, she is just someone who is not a fan of immodest wedding dresses. A valid point. Very fair. I also don't totally love immodest wedding dresses. Does my opinion matter? No, absolutely. It's your wedding. It's your day. You do what you want. Who cares what I think or say? Call me old-fashioned. Throw a pitchfork at me. Lock me in a room with Katy Robertson for an hour. Actually, no, don't. Please don't do that. Since she isn't someone who likes immodest dresses, she designed her own and came to the realization that modesty and beauty can coexist. What a beautiful sentiment. And it should have been wrapped up right then, right there. But no, she did not do that, did she? Nope. So here she is, stunning, beautiful, and... For there is nothing uglier than an immodest bride who leaves nothing to the imagination. I could name something uglier, just at the top of my head. This received tons of parodies, as it rightfully should. Everyone was bashing her for her pick-me attitude and her holier-than-thou behavior. Also, unless you're mentally ready to receive the backlash of being a pick-me and designing your own wedding dress that you're showing to millions of people online, maybe reassess. Maybe think to yourself, hey, is this a good idea? Is this smart? Could this negatively affect me in a way that I need to mentally prepare for myself? Her punishment shall be being stuck in a room with Katy Robertson for an hour. If she hates immodesty, I bet you she is not a fan of adultering, which Katy knows all about. Alright, moving forward. Oh! Gypsy Rose? Remember her? Wow, what a fever dream that was. Yeah, well, she's released, went to prison. Her mother was released, and I don't know what it is with people glorifying murderers. Like, just because someone is a victim of abuse does not mean they get a get out of jail free card. Clearly, take Gypsy Rose as an example. Only thing she slayed was her mother. Let's keep it real. So oh, the cat's back. So she got married in prison, which I feel like could be its own TLC show. It's like 4 weddings, but in a prison, cuffed up, locked up, till death sentence do us part. I could go on forever. Gypsy's mom couldn't though. Moving on. Anyways, she gets married. Everyone loves her when she gets out. Everyone is pro Gypsy Rose. They think she's an idol. They treat her like an idol. And then, well...
Can't bring me down. I'm on a high right now. I'm living my best life, and y'all can't take that from me.
And the D is...
fire!
I'll be honest, I don't think anything too crazy happened with her. Oh, my microphone was going on. I'm pretty sure she just fell off. She started getting a few surgeries, appeared everywhere for some time. She's blonde now, slay. And she divorced her now ex-husband, the one that she got till death, yeah, done. Not just divorced. And now she's expecting for history to repeat itself. Apparently. Gypsy Rose, you are sentenced to being a girl mom of a pick-me. An iPad pick-me daughter who will never know how to properly wear eyeliner. But she's obsessed with it. You cannot stop her. They're sisters, not twins. No, they're different species. They're at opposite ends of evolution. Who else do we have? Tara Yummy was super popular during some time of this year.
If you want to be Tara Yummy, you have to think like Tara Yummy. Tara Yummy is a mindset.
I'll be very honest, I'm not really into the whole alternative aesthetic. So creators like Tara Yummy and her ex-boyfriend, which anybody else find it weird that they broke up, post about their breakup, which one of them was way more upset about than the other. And then they continue to post stuff, which was like, I thought it was kind of weird. I look, I don't judge, but I remember them doing like a thing together in the stores, and like he lifted her up and he was like touching her boobs basically. I thought they broke up. I thought it was weird. When I break up with someone, it's done. Peace out, sayonara, sign the paper, see you later. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm being too much. Now again, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Tara Yummy. I thought the whole uproar was pretty cool. And I think she seemed pretty funny. But slowly, admittedly, I did start noticing repetitive behavior that I was kind of beginning to question. Now, these are influencers. These are creators, and to an extent, we all crave validation from other people. That's kind of part of the job. But there's a limit to where I feel like that's acceptable, and a point where that's just kind of... She had her moments where I don't know if I would classify it as pick-me behavior, but it was coming off as very self-centered. I believe there was a time on a podcast where one of her friends was discussing something very personal and traumatic, and she kind of blew it off and started asking, like, she started talking about her birthday party. If I can find it, I'll insert the clip here. She also spoke a lot about how small she is, and if you're a girl, then you know what that is kind of like witnessing. I don't want to hate on people who are small. There are people who are small, totally get it. You know what? I don't get it, but like I being small sounds great to me. Good luck to you. Love to see it in a healthy way. God, there was no, I cannot save myself. Beyond that, I really don't think there's that much going on with her. I feel like her popularity rose and then it kind of fell off after a month or two. But that's what happens. People obsess over people and then they get sick of the obsession that they've infested in themselves willingly. Part of me does feel bad for her though. I do think people may have came a little too hard at her. Calling out people is fine, it's valid, totally understand it. There's acceptable behavior and then there's unacceptable behavior, but there's also acceptable calling out and unacceptable calling out. I do want to state a lot of the stories that I'm saying do include the woman as being the antagonist in the story. I don't want people coming into the chat and saying that it looks like I'm leaning in a certain direction. Trust me, I'm not, but let's be honest here. These stories that I'm sharing about women do not affect us at all. We will wake up tomorrow and forget about the out-of-touch influencers who have little to no impact on our society. Like I said, the obsession with these people usually lasts like 1 or 2 months. Unless you're Ash Trevino. But I don't really think she counts. Mainly because I don't view her as human. Anyways, the main reason that I mainly speak on these particular stories is because the stories that I hear about men, it's usually just a little too unsettling to actually further have a conversation about, for my standards. Unless you're Lily Tino. Man, oh man, does that man suck.
Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about something super important. What it means to be transgender.
Like newsflash, I don't care who or what you identify as. It is never okay to use child iconography to explain transgenderism using infantile language. You are not Miss Rachel. Because at least Miss Rachel says, I have a dump truck. I love you, Miss Rachel. All right, moving on. Oh, Molly. Miss Molly Rudder. Step on up. It is your time to shine. That's what we're calling catfishing nowadays. Wow, what a sight for, well, not sore eyes per se. No, I'm joking. I think at face value, Molly Rudder is beautiful, but the minute she opens her mouth, that is catapulted right out the window.
No one's happy right now. If you're happy, you're either completely disconnected or you're a bad person.
Now, meet Molly. If you want a deeper dive into her lore, I do have YouTube shorts and a TikTok dedicated to that. Now, Molly is a teacher turned TikToker. Note, she left her teaching job when she hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. Not a very stable place to start, I'm gonna be honest. Crazy if you ask me, but with her content, she's probably gonna get fired anyways. Now, Molly is known for catfishing men on dating apps and then making content out of them. Oh, she also used domestic violence as a selling point for a sponsored video. And she has now converted her TikTok page to politics. Politics?
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
I don't know. Don't ask. Just it is what it is. She's also begging people for money. Crazy what happens when you leave your full-time stable job when you reach 100,000 followers on TikTok. that could not, you know what, there has to come to a point where you have to you just have to stop trying to understand people, because insanity is not ever sane. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Moving on. There's also Elphaba dollar store version.
So if you try to find me, lights of the western sky.
I also have a YouTube short TikTok dedicated to them. Now, they are an individual who is obsessed with the show Wicked and really identifies with Elphaba. Totally valid. I had a period of time where I really identified with Captain Jack Sparrow. Of course, I was 13, so kind of different, I guess. Now, this person also claims that they are transgender and autistic as well. Their first claim to fame was a contest that they won. It was like a talent show for people who have autism. And you know what? Here's the kicker. I'll let you in on the secret. Oh, cat's back. Oh, tail. Their autism diagnosis? Self-diagnosed. That is a whole other debate. Lots of fire spewing from that kind of conversation that I do not want to partake in. Now, this was all admitted during a TikTok live, which is the messiest place to be, apparently. Now, they started doing these TikTok lives in order to raise money for their transition. I forgot the word. Their transition. And it's a whole process to transition fully. You need a lot of money, so that's why they were doing this, so they could easily and seamlessly transition from man to gremlin. Sorry. Slip of the tongue. I meant woman. That's what I meant. Man and woman. Just know when I make these comments, it has nothing to do with their outwardly appearance. I could not care less what they look like. I do, however, care that this money that they're using is being spent on merchandise and luxury items. The transgender community is not having a great year with Elphaba and Lily Tino. I cannot imagine the kind of discrimination that they must face, and so that's created a very tight-knit community. People who support these people want to see them flourish. They want to see them transition and be happy and comfortable and confident with who they really are. These people do not want to see you flexing your Louis Vuitton bags with the money they sent you. Granted, I guess that's kind of sadly what you sign up for when you choose to send gifts to random people on TikTok Live. Although I'm sure there are lots of people who rightfully spend the money that they receive on TikTok Live. Just not Elphaba. Lastly, and most disappointing, Master of the Muppets. Oh, sorry. I meant Trash Trevino. Oh, there I go again. Gosh, it's awkward. Ash Trevino, the inmate hopper. She's insane. Clinically, I think. From admitting to abusing your child because you were insecure to flashing your pepperoni on TikTok Live in front of thousands of minors, while flirting with multiple 19-year-olds, while you yourself look like you have been drenching yourself in the Lazarus pit for the past 200 years. May I suggest an oil cleanser? Moisturizer? Dove soap even. Something. Ash Trevino is an insanely insecure person. She is the influencer final boss. Your sentence, trash? Smell your own noo-noo. Get that stuff tested. Just to be safe. Or like honestly, just therapy. That can also be your sentence. Like just hop off live and hop onto one of those brown couches. Just get the recordings of your lives and share them with your therapist. And then use those live gifts to pay for your therapist. Because Lord knows they will need one. Alright, I don't know if I can stomach any more of this. People are quite something, to be honest. Despite this, I really enjoyed 2024. I think sometimes the toughest years really form a solid foundation for the years to come. Of course, right as I say that, my camera dies. Wow, that's blurry. Alright, we did it. It's done. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making this. If you guys want to see more, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. Catch me on any of these platforms. I have a Discord if you want to join. And if you are into Twitch streams, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 7:30 EST. That's Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard. Alright, that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.